Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Hello, everybody. My name is Joe Williamson. I'm taking you along game one. Great. Great. Welcome in everybody to this CCIW matchup between the North Park Vikings and your Wheaton College Thunder. Hello, my name is Joe Williamson. I'll be taking you along through the first of this 3-game series between the Vikings and the Thunder. The next two will be played tomorrow at North Park University. So just the one here at Lee Pfund Stadium in Carroll Stream, Illinois. As we get set for this one, the Wheaton College Thunder come in at 12-20, and they are 5-8 in conference. North Park 7-6 in conference, 11-19 overall, and both teams come in on 3-game losing streaks. So both of those teams looking to end those streaks here today, and it'll be Nate Burton with that task on the mound for the Thunder. By far the best pitcher for Wheaton so far this season. A 3-2 record with a 3.74 ERA in his 9 starts, including 1 complete game shutout. As Joe Perona, the right fielder, digs in and shows bunt as this game is underway here under the lights in Carroll Stream. Conversation here between our home plate umpire and the head coach, Matt Husted of Wheaton, who's in his 13th season here with the Thunder, as that one is fouled off by a Perona for strike 1. Count even now. It looks like that first pitch was called a ball. I think Husted thought there was maybe contact on the bunt. This one in there for a strike, and it's 1-2. Burden attacking Perona right out of the gate. Lefty on lefty to start this one. Here's the 1-2. Just outside, and the count is even once again. Here's a 2-2. Tapped up the middle. Going to be a tough play for Yee. Off balance sort of first, and he got him. Nice play by the second baseman, Noah Lee, ranging towards the middle of the infield, and he makes a great off-balance throw to get Perona for the first out, and that's a great way to start this one here for the Thunder. So 1 down and nobody on, and it brings out the second baseman, Rylan Kawakami. He shows bunt as well, pulls back, and that one is low for ball 1. Kawakami hitting .305 in 29 games, 5 doubles, a triple, and 2 homers. So he's had a great season at the plate. And he takes a curveball that just misses low, maybe a tad outside as well. So 2-0 on Kawakami. And this one low, 3-0, so Burden going to have to try and work back into this one. The 3-0 taking all the way is Kawakami, and he leaves one on the outside part of the plate called for strike 1. Kawakami will take his time. Burden set, here's the 3-1. And this one fouled back off the screen behind home plate, and Burden makes his way back into a full count. And we await the payoff pitch. A nice play by Noah Yee to start this one to get the first out. We'll see if Burden can retire Kawakami here. This one on the ground, left side, past the diving glove of the third baseman, Will Clegg. And it'll be a 1-out single for Rylan Kawakami. Continues his solid season at the plate. And it gives the Vikings an early base runner here in the top of the first. So we'll get lefty-lefty once again as the center fielder Alex DeVito stands in. DeVito hitting .348 in 30 games this year. 8 doubles, 4 homers, and 19 RBI. Has 19 walks to add to that. This one just outside. And the count is even at 1-1. A little bit chilly here at Lee Pfund Stadium, but it's not because the temperature is low. We got the classic Midwest wind conundrum. We'll see if that plays into anything here tonight, as this one is low. Kind of all over the place, but right now blowing in pretty much straight away, maybe a little bit out towards right. Pickoff attempt to first base, but Kawakami is back in there safely. Kawakami does have 12 stolen bases on the year. This one's swung on and no contact made. The ball gets past the catcher Ham, and Kawakami will take second base with no problem. No contact made on that swing, as confirmed by the home plate umpire. So the base is rewarded to Kawakami. Runner in scoring position now for the Vikings with just one down. Burden looking for a big out here with a 2-strike count. Here's a pitch. Grounded on towards second. Yee makes the play. Nice throw to first. Kawakami advances to third. But a big out number 2 for the Thunder, and now Burden can focus on the next hitter and try and get out of this first with a scoreless inning. So a couple of ground balls so far. Burden's looked pretty good on the mound as DeVito is retired. And it brings up the catcher Rain Matsuzaki, the star hitter for this Vikings team, as he takes ball 1, maybe just a tad low. Matsuzaki in 30 games is hitting .371. He leads the team with 9 homers and 35 RBI, all while playing catcher and first base, as he taps this one foul right back behind the plate. Matsuzaki takes this one on the outside part of the plate, and that one is called strike 2. Matsuzaki from Honolulu, Hawaii, one of quite a few Hawaiian natives on this North Park roster. As he swings through a high fastball, a big strikeout for Nate Burden, and he escapes an early jam, no score. As we head to the bottom of the first, your Thunder will hit next. So we are back here in the bottom of the first. Noah Yee will lead things off for the Wheaton College Thunder. He made 2 great plays in the second inning. As on the mound for North Park, it'll be Griffin Self, a 5.27 ERA in 7 appearances. He's only made 1 start. This is his second. And on the first pitch of the bottom of the first, Yee grounds one to his counterpart, second baseman Kawakami, and he is retired for a quick out number 1. So it'll be the shortstop, Jack Gill, coming up next.
The shortstop, number 32, Jack Gill.
Gill so far on the season hitting .294 in 31 games, 7 doubles, no triples or homers, and 15 RBI. He's also got 10 walks as he takes strike 1. Griffin Self, a right-handed pitcher, so a couple of lefties for Wheaton here today, as this one taken low and inside by Gill. Bottom of the first, no score. If you're just joining us, Nate Burden got out of a jam in the top half of the first. Got a couple of ground balls and a big strikeout, as this one taken outside by Gill. It's 2-1. Self with 10 strikeouts in 13 2/3 innings, as this one is fouled off. 4 strike 2, count even for the Thunder shortstop. Gill with 15 RBI and 35 hits. Nobody on for him this time as he laces one towards left center field. That ball is caught by a diving left fielder, Vinny Marvicic. What a catch out there in left. Sprawling towards the gap. And a nice play for out number 2.
The center fielder for the Thunder, number 14, Braden Engel.
So Gill robbed of a hit, and it's going to be Braden Engel trying to get something started with 2 down and nobody on. That play in left definitely saved extra bases, so a great opportunity here for Self to capitalize on that and get a quick 1-2-3 first inning, and there's a first pitch strike on the outside part of the plate to Braden Engel, the center fielder. Engel on the season hitting .299, just 2 extra base hits. This one is taken for strike 2, and he'll have to protect. Self looking for a quick 1-2-3 inning. Here's the pitch. Tapped foul, and we'll do it again. Here's the 0-2 once more on the ground towards second. And bobbled, but thrown to first in time by Kawakami. We will head to the second. No score between the Thunder and the North Park Vikings. Nate Sommerfeld, the designated hitter for North Park, will lead things off in the top of the second, no score if you're just joining us. Nate Burden back out for his second inning of work as he escaped a jam in the top half of the first and a big swing and a miss by Sommerfeld for strike one. Sommerfeld hitting .220 on the year, but he is tied for second on the team in RBI and home runs. 5 homers, 22 RBIs. He takes just low, maybe a tad outside, and the count is even at 1 apiece. 1-1, swing and a miss. And it is 1-2. We'll see what Burden decides to go with here. Looks like a couple of fastballs that he's been able to get by. Sommerfeld, here's the 1-2. Just misses the outside part of the plate. Count is even once again. And here's the 2-2 to Sommerfeld. Curveball outside and low, and we will get another full count. Burden's had to throw quite a few pitches here early on. We'll see if he can continue to get outs and try to stay efficient. 3-2, hit pretty well into left. Should be no problem for Scott. He's there, and there's out number 1. Wind is going to hold things in the park here today.
Now batting number 17, Vinny Marvucik.
And it'll be the left fielder, Vinny Marvucik. That one called strike one. Marvucik hitting .310 on the season, 5 doubles, 2 homers, 13 RBI. And he leads the team with 12 hit by pitch. There's a fun little stat for you. The count is 1-2 on the lefty. Pitch from Burden fouled off. Marvucik stays alive. And we'll do it again. So that's almost a hit by pitch every other game. So get on base any way you can. Here's the 1-2. Popped up on the infield, and it'll be the shortstop, Jack Gill, to make the catch, and there's out number 2.
The first baseman, number 19, Enzo Bertucci.
So it's the first baseman, Bertucci, at the plate with 2 outs and nobody on. He's hitting .247 on the season with a double, 2 homers, and 11 RBI, and he fouls off the first pitch back behind the plate for strike 1. Wheaton looking to rebound after 3 straight losses with their best starter in Burden on the mound today. As this one's hit in the air towards center field, should be no problem. And it is caught by Braden Engel to end the inning. So 1-2-3 second for Nate Burden. We had at the bottom half of the inning, no score between the Vikings and the Thunder. So Rutledge Feltel will get things started for the Thunder here in the bottom of the second, leading the team in almost every hitting statistic. 376 average, 9 doubles, 5 homers, 33 RBI, a 615 slugging as he takes strike one from Griffin Self. So if there's anybody to get things started offensively for Wheaton, it's this guy. 0-1 is fouled right back behind the plate, and Feltel will have to protect here 0-2. Pretty quick one so far. Just one base runner in the top half of the first for North Park. Otherwise, nothing doing for either side as this one taken high. 4-1, still in the early stages, bottom of the second. Both teams have had quite a bit of offense this year and not a lot of great pitching, so we expect some runs coming eventually. Here's the 1-2. Feltel takes down and inside, and count is even. So he'll work his way back into this one. 14 walks is second on the team, so he's hitting and he's reaching via the base on balls. Here's the 2-2. And inside part of the plate, rung him up. And that's going to be the first out here in the second and the first strikeout of this one for Griffin Self.
Number 45, James Scott.
So here's the left fielder, James Scott, with nobody on and one out. Scott hitting .234, 4 doubles, no homers, 10 RBI on the season. He'll take ball one. Scott looks at this one, bottom part of the zone, count is even. Self right back to work. He hasn't been nibbling around the zone, attacking so far in this one, and it has paid off. At this point, this one fouled out of play, and it'll be 1-2. Another 2-strike count for Self. And he'll look to get another punch out here. Scott steps back in, and he'll await the 1-2. Will Clegg, the third baseman, waits on deck. As Self looking for the pitch that he wants, he's got it. Here comes the pitch, fouled off again. Good fight here by James Scott. Scott has struck out 15 times this season, towards the lower end, at least from the starters. So on this Thunder's roster, he fouls this one off. Yet again, continues to fight. Nice long at bat here. Makes Self work a little bit. He hasn't had to do that too much yet. And we will get the 1-2 once again. Self comes set. Here's the pitch. Little blooper, shallow outfield, and it'll be caught by the second baseman, Rylan Kamakami. So 2 down, despite a good fight by James Scott there. And it'll be Will Clegg with nobody on and 2 men out here in the bottom of the second for the Thunder.
Number 31, Will Clegg.
Clegg hitting .343. This is just his 13th game of the season. He's got 2 doubles and a homer, 3 RBI, and 3 walks. And he hits the first pitch hard out into the parking lot in right field, foul. Good contact on that one. And Self will look to reset, try to mix things up, and get a quick 1-2-3 inning here in the second. The 0-1 pitch fouled off again, and it's 0-2. The third straight 2-strike count for Self here in the second inning. himself. Coming into this one, 10 strikeouts in 13 2/3 innings. And this one outside as he looks for a second today. He struck out Feltel looking to lead off the second inning on a pitch inside. Tried to get Clegg chasing there low and away. We'll see what he goes with here on the 1-2. Fouled off again. And we'll get the 1-2 once more. Here's the pitch. Taken, strike 3 outside part of the plate. 2 strikeouts here in the second for Griff himself, who looks good through his first 2 innings of work. We head to the third. No score here in Carroll Stream. And it's the shortstop, Reese Arakaka, to get things started here in the top of the third as he fouls the first pitch off for strike 1. 8-9-1 here for the Vikings in the third as Nate Burton goes back to work. A 1-2-3 second. And a nice curveball catches the outside part of the plate quickly, 0-2. Burton working quickly here to start the third. He looks pretty confident as he delivers the 0-2 on the ground towards first. And it'll be Lynham who takes it to the bag himself for the out. 3 unassisted for the first out here in the third.
The third baseman for the Vikings, number 15, Riley Jepson.
So it brings up the 9th hitter in this lineup for North Park, Riley Jepson, the third baseman. First pitch, he shows bunt and fouls it off behind home plate. And it's 0-1. A lot of bunts so far, or at least bunt attempts from North Park. Jepson just hitting 169 in 21 games. No extra base hits yet for the third baseman as he takes one low. And the count is even at 1 apiece. The 1-1 taken for strike 2. And Nate Burton already back on the mound waiting for Jepson. And here's the 1-2, just got a piece of it back behind the plate. And we'll do it one more time. Burton looking for his second strike out of this one. Here is the 1-2 again. Great curveball. That had some good movement to it, and it swung on and missed by Riley Jepson. Second strikeout of the game for Nate Burton, and the second out here in the third. So we're back to the top of the lineup for the Vikings as Joe Perona, the right fielder, stands in. A nice play made by Noah Yee, the second baseman, last time he was up in the first. He shows bunt and pulls back, but it's strike 1 anyway. He made a nice play arranging to his right up the middle, off balance throw, and this one is taken low. And it is 1-1. Nobody on, 2 men out for the Vikings as this one's fouled off. And another 1-2 count for Burden. Looking for another 1-2-3 inning here in the third. Here's the pitch. Outside, count even at 2 apiece. If Perona can extend the inning, Kawakami awaits on deck, the only player to reach base in this one, as this one is taken low. And the count runs full. Kawakami singled through the left side as last time he awaits on deck. Here's the payoff pitch. Tapped foul, we'll do it again. Vikings making a Burden throw. A few pitches here in the third. Still nothing to show for it. Here's a 3-2 once again. Curveball right down the middle. Strike 3 looking. And a beautiful 1-2-3 inning for Nate Burden in the third. We had at the bottom of the third no score between the Thunder and the North Park Vikings. Bottom of the third, no score between the Thunder and the Knights as first baseman Chris Lynham stands in to lead things off. And he takes strike one. The Thunder still looking for their first base runner in this one as we get 7, 8, 9 in the lineup for them here in the third. Lynham, Luke Ham, the catcher, and Peyton McClowery, the right fielder, are slated for this inning as this one is taken low. Count even at 1-1. Lynham on the season, 267, 4 doubles, no triples, no homers. 1-1 hit in the air to center. And just a few steps back for the center fielder, DeVito. And that's out number 1 here in the bottom of the third. Hit hard, but right to the center fielder. So here's the catcher, Luke Ham. Ham hitting 223 games so far this season. Also 4 doubles, no triples, no homers. And he's been doing a great job behind the plate tonight. As this one swung on and missed. Took a little bit off that one, did Self. And he gets ahead in the count early. Here's the 0-1. Went right back to that same pitch, and it'll catch the outside part of the plate. 4 strike 2 slider. And we'll see if he goes to the well a third time. He does, and a swing and a miss by Ham. And that's a quick out number 2 on 3 pitches. So Peyton McClowery comes up, the right fielder, with 2 outs and nobody on here in the bottom of the 3rd.
Right fielder for the Thunder.
Self looking
Number 30,
for a
Peyton
perfect
McClowery.
first time through the order. McClowery fouls off the first pitch. On the season, hitting .274, 4 doubles, 2 triples, no homers. He's got 14 RBI. This one hit in the air to right field. Coming on is the right fielder Joe Perona, and he makes the catch near the line. And a perfect 1 through 9.
For Wheaton in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
As we head to the 4th, no score here between the Thunder and the North Park University Knights. So the lone base runner in this game for either team, Rylan Kawakami, leads things off. He singled his first time, and on the first pitch, he blooped one into shallow right center field. And it is going to be the right fielder, McClowery, who makes the catch in the Bermuda Triangle out there for out number 1 on just 1 pitch. So Kawakami retired, and it's the center fielder, Alex DeVito.
Number 3, Alex DeVito.
Things moving along quickly here at Lee Pfund Field. No score in the top of the 4th as this one fouled off by DeVito. Both pitchers have looked good so far. The 0-1 fouled off again, and quickly 0-2. Burden's been working quickly the whole evening, set and ready to deliver the next pitch before the hitter's even in the box. Here's the 0-2. Outside, almost got DeVito to chase, but he didn't bite. And he'll waste a pitch 1-2. Here it comes, and swing and a miss. A nasty pitch low and away, and he got DeVito to chase. And a drop third strike, throw to the first, no problem. And that's out number 2.
Catcher, number 26, Ren Matsuzaki.
So Matsuzaki stands in. Just 5 pitches needed to retire the first 2 hitters for Burden here in the top of the 4th. First pitch to Matsuzaki, swung on and missed. Burden completely in control here in the top of the 4th. And that one floats right down Broadway, and it's 0-2. Four strikeouts already for Burden. This one tapped on the ground towards second. Yee with a nice toss towards first, and a quick 1-2-3 top half of the 4th for Nate Burden, who's through 4 scoreless as we head to the bottom of the 4th, no score. Back to the top of the lineup for the Thunder as we start the bottom half of the fourth. No score between North Park and Wheaton so far, and Griffin Self in just his second start of the season. Perfect the first time through the lineup as this one's fouled off for strike one. Pitch from Self is outside, and the count evens at 1 apiece. We'll see if Noah Yee can get things started for the Thunder, still looking for their first base runner here in the fourth. Self comes set with the 1-1. Line down the first base line, foul on a diving attempt by the first baseman Vertucci, but he can't get there. And the count goes to 1-2. Good effort down the line. And Self will get a new baseball here with a 1-2 count. Looking to finish off Yee, who grounded out to second base his first time up back in the bottom of the first. And here comes the 1-2, fouled off, tried to get the fastball by him. Couldn't quite do it as Yee gets a piece. So we'll do the 1-2 again. Self has the pitch he wants. Comes set. Yee awaits. Check swing, he didn't go, and called ball 2 just low. And the count is even at 2 apiece. The Vikings dugout wanted that one. We'll see if Self can get him here. Here's the pitch. Back up the middle, and that's going to sneak through for a base hit, and the Thunder have their first base runner here in the bottom of the fourth on a leadoff single from Noah Yee. And we'll see if they can do anything with it. Nice battle there by Yee. Took a close pitch there at the bottom half of the zone for a ball, and then put one right back up the middle for the first hit of the game for Wheaton. So leadoff runner on, and it's Jack Gill. The lefty hitting shortstop. Runner on. First pitch on the ground towards second, could be 2. The throw to second is just in time, but they will only get the 1 out there. Tough play by Kawakami. He had to set and throw to second back the other way, and they will get the out at second. So 1 down. Fielder's choice. Gill stands on first. And it's Braden Engel, the center fielder, with 1 out. He takes ball 1 low. Engel also grounded out to second base his last time. Here's the 1-0. Instead, a pickoff move towards first, but Gill back in safely. So 1 on 1 out for Gill in the 3 spot for the Thunder tonight. He tips this one foul off the catcher, Matsuzaki, and it'll go to 1-2. Seems like base runners are going to be scarce tonight, so we'll see if the Thunder can capitalize with their first one of the evening, as this is another pickoff attempt. But nothing doing over at first. Gill back in safely again. And this one is taken low, so the count is even. They'll check with the field umpire, but he did not go. 2-1. A third pickoff attempt, and this one is good. A great move, and they caught Gill sleeping over at first. And that'll be out number 2. A huge out for the Vikings to erase the base runner, and now the Thunder back to square one with 2 outs. This one tapped foul. And we'll do it once more. If the Thunder had any momentum from that base hit, it was just erased. 2 outs and nobody on here in the bottom of inning number 4. Self's got what he wants. He comes set. Here it is. Just low and maybe outside. And the count runs full. And here's the payoff pitch. Hit in the air, shallow right center. Out goes the second baseman, Kawakami. He makes the catch. An unconventional way to face the minimum, but it is done. And we head to the 5th with no score between the Thunder and North Park University. Nate Sommerfeld stands in to lead things off for the Vikings. He flew out to center field his first time. He takes a strike on the outside part of the plate. He flew out to left field his first time. The designated hitter has his average dip below 220, and he takes strike 2. And Nate Burden waiting on the rubber for him to get back in the box. Here comes the 0-2. Almost got him to chase on that one below the zone, but he won't bite, and the count goes to 1-2. Burden looking to finish off Sommerfeld for the first out here in the 5th, and he does right down the middle. The curveball has looked great tonight for Burden, and there's out number 1 on another strikeout looking. His 5th strikeout of the evening. So it's Vinny Marvucik at the plate now for North Park. He popped out to the shortstop his first time up. And he'll take a breaking ball on the outside part of the plate for strike 1. Oh, 1 tapped foul. A late decision to swing for Marvucik. And 0-2. On the Vikings left fielder. Here comes the pitch from Burden. Tapped foul once again. All night, Burden's been around and inside the zone. Not a lot of waste pitches for the big lefty. He's done a great job of attacking hitters up to this point, and he'll do so again. And a nice battle here by Vertucci trying to stay alive. Count remains 0-2. Here comes the pitch. On the ground, right side, but foul, and we'll do it again. Top of the fifth, no score, just one base runner for each team up to this point, both singles. One out and nobody on here in the fifth as another one is fouled off. Burden trying to figure out some way to put Marvucic away. Does he have it this time? Nope, fouled off again. And the Vikings dugout loves it. Can he prolong the inevitable any longer? Here it comes. On the ground towards first and foul. We'll get some new baseballs behind the plate. Give a chance to both Burden and Marvucic to reset here. Count remains 0-2. Here's the pitch. Finally got him. Tipped into the glove of the catcher Ham behind home plate, and a very hard-working Nate Burden is rewarded with the strikeout there. So 2 strikeouts to start the fifth. His 6th of the inning. Excuse me, the game. 6 in 1 inning would be a little bit ridiculous. Strike 1 taken there by Vertucci, who flew out to center field his first time up. And this one's taken just high. Burden looking to strike out the side here in the 5th inning. 1-1 on the Vikings' first baseman, as this one is popped up on the infield, shallow outfield, and it's caught by Noah Yee, the second baseman. 2 strikeouts and a pop-out. 5 scoreless for Nate Burden as we head to the bottom of the 5th with no score. Rutledge Feltel stands in as we play the bottom of the 5th with no score between the Vikings and the Thunder. 4-5-6 due up for Wheaton as Feltel takes ball 1 low. He was called out on strikes his first time up back in the 2nd. Self out for his 5th inning of work, and that one catches the outside part of the plate. Strike 1. Count is even. Nate Burden will most likely be back out for the 6th. No action in the Wheaton pen as this one is low and away. And why would you get anybody up? He has been fantastic through 5 scoreless for the Thunder. So 2-1 to the designated hitter, Feltel. And this one's hit pretty well, deep left field. That one might have a chance. You can kiss it goodbye. Rutledge Feltel breaks the scoreless tie here in the bottom of the fifth with a bomb to left field. Wheaton leads it 1-0 on Feltel's team-leading 6th home run of the season. A laser off the bat, and that one had no chance of staying in the park despite the wind blowing in. And just like that, we are scoreless no more.
For the Thunder, number 45, James Scott.
So James Scott stands in. Going to be tough to follow that one up as he takes a slider for strike one. The left fielder, Marvucic, turned his back and started sprinting towards the wall. He knew it was gone immediately as the 0-1 is fouled off by Scott, and it's 0-2. Low and away. Self tried to get him with the slider, and Scott won't chase. Here's the 1-2 from Self, and it's hit hard on the ground left side, but fouled down the third base line. And Scott stays alive. Self will try again, 1-2. After a home run, it's always interesting to see how the pitcher responds, especially in a game that's been so controlled by starting pitching like this one. 1-0 scores. This one's fouled off. And it'll remain 1-2. Self seems to be unrattled. 1-2 count on Scott, who he got to pop out to second his first time up at the plate. We'll see how he responds after the home run here. Again, he's got him in a 1-2 count, trying to put him away here. Pitch blown away in the turf. And the count is even at 2-2. Self comes set, 2-2, nobody on, nobody out. And this one on the ground, down the third base line, and fair. That's going to be extra bases for Scott as he rounds first. And he will pull into second. A one-out double, and all of a sudden the Thunder bats are alive here in the fifth. The second extra base hit in as many hitters, and they're in business again. Scott, with his 5th double of the season, puts a runner in scoring position for the third baseman, Will Clegg, who was called out on strikes back in the second.
Third baseman, number 31, Will Clegg.
So still nobody out for Wheaton as they look to put up a crooked number here in the bottom of the fifth. Scott leads off second. Clegg into right center. That ball dropping quickly, but it is caught by the center fielder, DeVito. That ball was hooking towards right center, but DeVito tracks it down. A big out, number 1 for Self and the Vikings.
Number 47, Chris Lynham.
So Chris Lynham, the first baseman who lined out to center field his first time, will step in with 1 out and a runner on second. Takes outside. Matsuzaki keeps that one from going back to the backstop, and it'll keep Scott at second base. Here's the 1-0. Taken low, 2-0. And if yourself, a walk here isn't the worst possible outcome. It sets up the double play ball. Of course, you never want to be playing for the walk. But you don't have to give him a cookie. As the pickoff move towards second, Scott saw it coming and he's back in, no problem. So 2-0 on the Thunder first baseman. Lynham awaits. Pitch from Self is down low, and it's 3-0. Luke Ham on deck. He struck out on 3 pitches his first time. And the 3-0, not a competitive pitch, and it actually gets all the way back to the backstop. And Scott will advance to third. So a walk on 4 pitches to Chris Lynham as the Thunder bench erupts.
The catcher for the Thunder, Luke Ham.
So corners covered, 1 out for Luke Ham. First pitch taken low and away for ball 1. Big chance for Ham to break this game open here in the 5th. He shows bunt, and it's fouled back behind home plate. Count even at 1-1. Matsuzaki gives the defense signs for first and third. We'll see if the Thunder want to run with Lynham at first. Pickoff attempt to first, but Lynham is back in safely. Game has slowed down here at the bottom of the 5th. Fifth hitter of the inning here for Wheaton, and another pickoff attempt, but Lynham back in safely. Remember, Self did pick off Jack Gill in the bottom of the 4th inning. Lynham not going, and this one taken on the outside part of the plate for a strike by Luke Ham, and the count is even at 1 apiece. Here's the 1-1. And Ham pops it up, foul territory. It will get out of play. And he'll have to protect here with 2 strikes, and we'll see if Self can induce the inning-ending double play ball. 1 out, first and third. Luke Ham looking for a big base hit here. Not a base hit, it's into shallow center. On comes DeVito, he'll make the grab, and Scott will hold at third. Great play defensively by the Vikings to hold both runners. And a big out number 2. And it'll be up to Peyton McClowry to see if he can drive in the runner from third. And now we got a meeting on the mound. We'll see if this is to take Self out or just to talk to him about how they want to attack McClowry here. The leadoff home run from Rutledge Feltel starts the scoring here this evening, 1-0 in the 5th. Thunder lead the Vikings, and they've got runners on the corners with 2 outs, and the right fielder Peyton McClowry at the plate. Meeting on the mound is broken up. McClowry on the season, .274 coming into play. 14 RBI on 6 extra base hits, so we'll see what he can do here with a couple runners on.
The right fielder for the Thunder, number 30, Peyton McClowry.
Griffin Self is still on the mound. Here's the first pitch to McClowry. He takes low, 1-0. And if McClowry can reach, it's Noah Yee on deck, who leads the team in walks and is second in average. So a good chance he'll get on as this one into center field. That had some wicked spin on it, and it comes right back to DeVito. A line out to end the inning, but Rutledge Feltel, the designated hitter, gets another home run, his sixth of the season, and the Thunder lead 1-0 through 5. Reese Arakaki leads things off for the Vikings. Grounded out to first base his first time up as he shows bunt, pulls back, and it's ball one. It is Nate Burden back out on the mound after sitting for a while in the bottom half of the fifth. And the next pitch is laced into left, and a diving effort by the left fielder, and it is caught. A great catch out there by James Scott. Doubled in the bottom half of the fifth, and he makes a diving play in left in the top half of the sixth. So he saves Nate Burden, a base runner there, and one out and nobody on for Riley Jepson, who on the first pitch bunts one towards the right side of the infield, and nobody is there. It's going to be an infield single for the third baseman, Riley Jepson. And a good thing that ball was caught in left, because it would be first and second with nobody out here, but thankfully it's just one runner on and one man out. That one taken for ball one by Joe Perona. He's 0 for 2. Ground out to second and strikeout, looking his last time up in the third. Burden looking for the double play ball as this one tapped foul, 1-1. Just the second hit of the game for North Park. Kawakami had one back in the first, but Burden has been dominant since then as this one's taken for strike two. And now Perona will have to protect. We'll see if Burden can force the double play, as this one is a pickoff instead to first. Nothing doing for Jepson. Here comes the 1-2 again, and I guess high. I think everybody on the Wheaton side of the field wanted that one to be called strike three, understandably, as here's the 2-2. On the ground towards second. Yee's only play will be to first as he underhands it. Smart play by the second baseman as Jepson advances to second with 2 outs here in the 6th. So the tying run now in scoring position. And the only other man with a hit for the Vikings is Rylan Kawakami. He's at the plate with 2 outs and a runner on. Singled through the hole on the left side back in the 1st. This one on the ground towards third and off the glove of the third baseman, Will Clegg, and this game is tied. Kawakami into second with a double, and the Vikings answer right away with 2 outs here in the 6th. We're tied at 1. Tough play for Clegg. That ball was hit hard on a hop. And he got a piece of it, but not quite enough.
Number 3, Alex DeVito.
So the center fielder, Alex DeVito, stands in as he puts one foul down the left field line. And he'll look to break the tie here in the 6th. Burden trying to escape with minimal damage. Here's the 0-1. Popped up left side. Tough play at third for Clegg, but he will make it. And Burton will escape the jam, but the damage is done. We are back to square one as we head to the bottom of the 6th, tied at 1 between the Vikings and the Thunder. Griffin Self out for his 6th inning of work in a tie ball game. And it's the top of the lineup, Noah Yee, 3rd time through the order for Wheaton here in the 6th. And Yee takes inside 1-0. Thunder break the scoreless tie in the bottom of the 5th. Vikings answer in the top of the 6th as Yee lines one towards the gap in left center. That's down and it 2-hops the wall. Extra bases for Yee. He will hustle into second. And a leadoff double for the leadoff hitter. And the Thunder are in business here in the bottom of the 6th.
Now batting for the Thunder, the shortstop, number 32, Jack Gill.
So here's Jack Gill. He's 0 for 2. A line out to left and a fielder's choice. And then he was picked off of first base back in the 4th. Bunt shown, pulled back. and it's 1-0. Thunder shortstop looking for a big hit here in the 6th. Instead of the 1-0, it's a pickoff move towards second. But he's back in there safely, and we'll do the 1-0 again. Gill shows bunt again. It's popped up right back to the pitcher's self. And the bunt attempt results in a thrown away at bat. There's one out.
Number 14 for the Thunder, Braden Engel.
So it's the center fielder, Braden Engel, now with one out and the runner on second. Engel takes strike one. Yee with good speed on second, so a single should score him. And we'll get timeout on the field as the shortstop Arakaki is tying his cleats. Should be all good to go now. And we're back. This one outside to Braden Engel. Pitch way inside, almost got a piece of him. And Engel commands a 2-1 count. Got a couple of geese landing in center field. Maybe a bit of added distraction as this one's on the ground towards second. No problem over there for Kawakami, and it'll advance the runner to third with 2 outs for the man who started the scoring as Rutledge Feltel steps up to the plate with 2 outs.
The designated hitter for the Thunder, number 19, Rutledge Feltel.
Feltel homered to lead off the bottom of the 5th. The only scoring for the Thunder in this one. First pitch fouled right back. He just missed a hanging slider. Homer on the fastball his first time. Maybe he was looking for that again. Still got the 2 geese out there in center field. As this one's hit pretty well into left center, but it should stay in the park, and it does. It's caught by Vinny Marvucic. So nothing doing in the bottom of the 6th. We head to the latter 3 innings of this one. Tied at 1. We're set for a good finish here in Carroll Stream. First pitch to Ren Matsuzaki, the catcher, is outside. And Nate Burden is out for his 7th inning of work, just 3 hits allowed, no walks, and the 1 run in the top half of the 6th. 2-0 to the Vikings catcher, and this one low and inside, quickly 3-0. This one taken down Main Street, and it's 3-1. Burden trying to work his way back into this one. Here's the 3-1. Lined into center field, and it will be caught with no problem by Braden Engels. So out number 1 here in the 7th. Matsuzaki is 0 for 3.
Number 36, Nate Sommerfeld.
So Nate Sommerfeld comes up to the plate. He's 0 for 2, including a strikeout, looking back in the 5th. 1 out, nobody on here in the 7th, and that pitch just misses Sommerfeld. Fastball inside. Burden continues to work quickly as this one is lined into left field, and that's going to be all the way to the wall and left. Should be extra bases. Sommerfeld will hold at second. A 1-out double. Seems like Scott didn't have a good angle on that one maybe, and it rolls past him for extra bases, and we'll see what Wheaton wants to do with Burden. 4 hits apiece now for these two squads.
Now batting number 17, Vinny Marvucik.
As Marvucik stands in 0 for 2, looking to do some damage with 1 out here in the 7th. First pitch is popped up foul back into the parking lots. As I mentioned before the game, both teams on 3-game losing streaks, trying to snap that tonight. The starting pitchers have done their jobs. We'll see if Burden can escape this jam, as he doesn't get the call there. Maybe just a tad inside. 1-1. Breaking ball catches the top of the zone, and it's 1-2 to Marvucik. We'll see if Burden can finish him off here. Comes set, here's the 1-2. Taps it just foul, and we'll do it again. Runner in scoring position, 1 man down. Burden escaped a similar jam last inning and back in the 1st, so nothing saying he can't do it again. The 1-2 again, instead of pickoff move to second, and back in safely is Sommerfeld. And this one popped up shallow center field, and Braden Engel is there for out number 2. So a big pitch there for Burden. Gets the fly out.
The first baseman, number 19, Enzo Vertucci.
So it's Enzo Vertucci to try and extend the inning and potentially drive that runner home from second. Burden looking to escape the jam. First pitch from the lefty is low and taken for ball 1. Riley Jepson on deck. He singled and scored the lone run for the Vikings in the 6th. Burden would love to just end it here. Checks on the runner and delivers. Strike 1. Great breaking ball at the bottom of the zone. and Bertucci didn't chase. That one spiked at the plate, and it's 2-1. Burden obviously laboring here in the 7th as he looks to escape a 2-out jam and keep this game tied at 1. Here's the pitch. In there, strike 2. Action for the Thunder in the bullpen, so Burden's day most likely coming to a close here. We'll see if he can make one more big pitch. Here it comes. Popped up foul, and we'll do it again. Burden looking to finish the 7th. 1-2, here's the pitch. Got him swinging. Burden pumped up. What a pitch here to end the 7th inning. Got him on the breaking ball, and he is through 7 innings with just 4 hits and 1 run allowed. We are tied at the stretch. Thunder coming up to hit in just a moment. Left fielder James Scott digs in for the bottom of the 7th. He doubled his last time up and was stranded at third as he hits the first one out into the parking lot and foul. Tied at 1 as we play the bottom of the 7th. And it is Griffin Self back out again for a 7th inning of work. Did have to work out of a jam in the 6th after the double to Noah Yee, who was stranded on third. Both pitchers have worked out of a couple of jams in this one. This one taken for strike 2. Scott, not a fan of the call, but he'll have to protect regardless now. Down 0-2. Here comes the pitch, and that'll hit Scott, and the potential go-ahead run is on first base with nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th, and we'll see what the Thunder can do with that. Scott on for the 2nd time today. He's hit by the pitch. And it looks like we may have a substitution coming here for Wheaton. We do. It is a
Pinch hitting for Wheaton, number 11.
pinch
Michael
hitter.
Chang.
So Michael Cheng is up to bat for Wheaton in place of the third baseman, Will Clegg. And he shows bunt and a back pick towards first. Great effort there behind the plate by Matsuzaki, but they can't get him. Pickoff attempt to first, but nothing doing. Chang on the season in 17 games. He is just 1 for 13. He does have an RBI, though. And another pickoff attempt, nothing doing. 4 walks for Chang as well. And he has scored 6 runs. He'll look to spark something here as he tries to get another bunt down and can't. And now in a 2-strike count, he'll have to swing away. So Self hits the leadoff man. Wheaton responds with a pinch hitter. We'll see if it does anything for him. Another pickoff attempt. No good. Chang back in the box, Self ready to go. Here's the pitch. Shows bunt again, and he gets it down and foul. And that's going to be out number 1. So Chang bunting with 2 strikes, can't keep it fair. A big out number 1 for the Vikings. Scott returns back to first base.
Chris Lineup.
So it's the first baseman, Chris Lynham, who walked back in the 5th and lined out to center in the 3rd. Runner on first with 1 out. Self looking for a ground ball, and Lynham takes strike 1. Another pickoff attempt to first. Scott back in again. The 0-1 is popped up shallow right field. Out is the second baseman, Kawakami. He'll make the grab. And 2 down now for Wheaton as Luke Ham, the catcher, steps up to the plate.
The catcher for the Thunder, number 0, Luke Ham.
Hit by pitch to start the inning. Looked like it could be problematic for the Vikings, but Self has done a good job of keeping things to a minimum here for the Wheaton offense. We'll see if Luke Ham can turn that around. First pitch is taken inside for a ball. 1-0. McClowry waits on deck. He's 0 for 2, and Noah Yee at the top of the lineup waits in the hole. He's got 2 hits tonight. And Ham down the third base line. That one did bounce. A nice scoop at third. And the throw to first by Riley Jepson. And Self is also through 7. We head to the 8th, tied at 1 with the Vikings coming up to hit.
North Park 1.
Says Reese Arakaki, the shortstop, stands in to lead off the 8th. He laces one on the ground. Yee makes the play up the middle. A nice throw to first for a big out, number 1. That was the 98th pitch of the game there for Nate Burton, who is back out for his 8th inning of work. I thought for sure he'd be done after the 7th inning, but they send him back out in a tie ball game, and he gets 1 pitch, 1 out
Third baseman, number 15,
to start the 8th. Nice play by Yee, who's looked very good defensively at second all evening. So Riley Jepson at the plate. He takes strike 1. So here comes the 100th pitch of the game for Nate Burton, and it's swung on and missed for strike 2. Here's the 0-2. Jepson takes high. Burton trying to carry this Thunder team to a victory here tonight and break the 3-game skid, as this one is left to even the count at 2-2. The 2-2 on the ground towards second again. Yee, another flip to first. And another nice play by the second baseman for out number 2. And 4th time through the order coming up for North Park University, as Joe Perona, the right fielder,
number 1,
will step into the box with 2 outs and nobody on. First pitch taken low, maybe inside for a ball. Perona 0 for 3, 2 groundouts to second, and a strikeout looking back in the 3rd. The 0-1 fouled off towards the Thunder dugout, and the count is even 1 apiece. 1-1. Line towards third. Wow. Thought that one had a chance to hit the ground, but right towards the third baseman, recently checked in. That'd be Nathan Hedlund. He makes the snag, and we head to the bottom of the 8th. Thunder looking to go ahead late, tied at 1, as your Wheaton Thunder come to bat.
Now pitching for North Park, number
And
8.
as we head to the bottom of the 8th, tied at 1, the North Park University Vikings will finally make a move to the bullpen, and it's going to be Zach Price The right-handed pitcher making his 12th appearance of the season. He's 3-0 with a 3.75 ERA, and he'll face 9-1-2 for the Thunder as Peyton McClowry stands in and takes strike one. Well, if the Thunder could go ahead here in the bottom of the 8th, we could look to close things out in the 9th. Otherwise, they'll have to resort to a walk-off in later innings as the bunt attempt is not pulled back and there's no contact made, so it is 0-2 on the right fielder McClowry. The 0-2 pitch from Price. Called strike three at the bottom of the zone. McClowry down looking, and Price strikes out the first hitter he sees here in the 8th. There's out number one. So back to the top of the lineup. Noah Yee, the second baseman, stands in. He is 2 for 3 so far tonight. A single and a double. He's been stranded both times.
Now batting for the Thunder, number 8, Noah Yee.
And he's played some very good defense over at second base. We'll see what he can do here in the 8th as this one is taken low and away for ball one. He stands at just 5'8", 150 pounds, this senior, as he takes ball 2 outside. Definitely isn't lacking any pop in his bat, though. That double was laced to left center field his last time. And this one on the ground towards second. And it's bobbled at second, and Yee with good speed is going to make it to first. Bobbled by Kawakami, the second baseman, who's looked good over there all evening. And the potential go-ahead run has reached base here in the bottom of the 8th on an E4. And of all the guys to let on base, Noah Yee was not the one. He's got wheels. We'll see if they want to run with him as the shortstop Jack Gill stands in. A pickoff attempt to first. Seems like Price was thinking the same thing, and he'll try to keep him close. Yee isn't going, and ball one taken by Gill. So 1 out, Gill at the plate now. Braden Engel on deck. Rutledge Feltel in the hole. Here's the pitch. Catches the outside part of the plate. Strike one to Gill. And this one popped up foul and out of play over the Wheaton dugout down the third base line. So 1-2 on the Thunder shortstop. Yee on first, doesn't have much of a lead, and he's back in on the pickoff attempt by Price. And Yee back in again, back-to-back pickoff attempts. Big pitch here. Yee with an extra step, but he won't utilize it, and that ball will go foul down the first base line. Yee will return to first, and we'll do it again, still 1-2. Couple of lefties here for Wheaton in Gill and Engel. We'll see if the Vikings want to mix and match. This is the last batter that Price has to face, as this one is another pickoff attempt to first. Yee back in safely. He not going. Engel did go around on the check swing. Great pitch by Price there. And strike 3, a big out number 2. And now it's up to Braden Engel to keep things rolling here in the 8th. And we'll see if they want to run now with Yee at first. 2 outs. Stolen base puts him in scoring position. There he goes on the first pitch. No swing by Engel, and he got a fantastic jump. And an easy stolen base for Noah Yee. And it puts him in scoring position with 2 outs and a chance for a single to break this tie. Here's the pitch. Back towards the mound. It's bobbled by the pitcher Price. He can't find it. And that's going to be another infield single, and the corners are covered. Not quite the single that the Thunder were hoping for, but they'll take it. 2 runners on now with 2 outs. And it brings up the big man, Rutledge Feltel. Price tried to grab that one with his bare hand rather than going with the glove, and it results in another base runner for Wheaton, and it looks like they may be thinking about taking Price out here. At least we'll have a meeting on the mound with 2 outs and the corners covered. Remember, Rutledge broke the scoreless tie back in the 5th with a bomb to left field. Another one here would be disastrous for the Vikings, even a base hit. Another long meeting here on the mound as the home plate umpire will head out to break things up. Big spot here in the bottom of the 8th, and they're going to leave Price in to face Rutledge Feltel, the designated hitter, with the game on the line here in the 8th inning. 1-1 tie. The go-ahead run on third. An additional insurance run on first.
The designated hitter, number 19, Rutledge Feltel.
Price comes set. Time is called. We are all set again. Price, he's got the pitch he wants. He comes set. First pitch taken for strike 1. Breaking ball floats in there. We'll see what Price decides to go with this time. The 0-1. Another breaking ball, this time low. Count is even. Feltel's only hit in this one, the home run. Scott on deck has a base hit and a walk. Not really a good option here for Price as this one's low and away, 2-1. And now a hitter's count for Rutledge Feltel as he looks to break the tie. Here comes the 2-1. Into left center field. That ball is down, and this game is tied no more. Rutledge Feltel, a huge single into center field. And the Wheaton Thunder go up 2-1 here in the bottom of the 8th. Big swing by the big man, his second hit and RBI of the game. And it's 2-1 Thunder here in the 8th. Noah Lee comes around to score. And now the game in the hands of the Thunder. We'll see if they can add on. Still 2 runners on.
Pitch running for the Thunder at first base. Number 4, Daniel Hilliard.
So Daniel Hilliard has checked in
Number 45,
as a pinch runner at first base. Feltel taken out. And James Scott, the left fielder, now at the plate. He takes ball 1 high. We'll see where the Thunder turn to in the 9th, if they bring Nate Burton back out or if they decide to go to the pen. Burton over 100 pitches at this point. As this one taken by Scott for strike 2. Excuse me, strike 1, 1-1 is the count on Scott. Runners on first and second with 2 outs after the go-ahead single by Rutledge Feltel. This one skips to the plate and taken for ball 2. 2-1 on the Thunder left fielder. Price comes set. Here's the pitch. On the ground, left side, through for a base hit. They're going to send the runner to the plate, and the Thunder are going to get another one here in the 8th. As coming around to score is Braden Engel. And it's a 3-1 ball game on an RBI single from James Scott. His second hit of the game, reaches base for the 3rd time. Another big hit. And it looks like they're leaving Price in to just finish this inning off, as he will now face Nathan Headland, who checked in as defensive replacement at third base
For Wheaton, the third baseman, Nathan
in the top half of the inning. And now the manager out of the dugout for North Park, and looks like that'll be the end of the evening for Price. Couldn't finish the inning as the Thunder go up 3-1. We will be right back after this pitching change. New pitcher for North Park University is Ethan Condit. He's making his 15th appearance of the season. He's 2-2 with a 7.71 ERA. And he'll look to get the last out here in the 8th and give his boys a chance to score a couple runs on offense and get back in this game.
At bat for the Thunder, number 10, Nathan Hedlund.
So Nathan Hedlund at the plate, getting his first plate appearance of this one, with 2 more runners on. He will take ball 1. Hilliard on second. He's the pinch runner for Feltel, and James Scott is on first after the RBI single. This one outside, 2-0 to Hedlund. I think at this point, with how long the wait has been for Nate Burden, he'll probably not be back out for the 9th inning, as Hedlund takes one inside, and the count is 3-0. Here's the 3-0 delivery, low, and a 4-pitch walk to Nathan Hedlund, who reaches in his 1 plate appearance. So the bases are loaded with 2 outs, and it brings up the first baseman, Chris Lynham, who will look to really break this one open.
Thunder, number 47, Chris Lynham.
Condit looking for a big out, Lynham looking for a big hit. Outside, ball 1, and at this point, Condit's thrown 5 straight balls. If you're Lynham, I think there's no reason to swing until you get that perfect pitch right down the middle. Here comes the 1-0. He got it, and he fouls it off back down the first base line and out of play. So 1-1. Condit comes set. Here's the pitch. Spikes it. Good stop behind the plate by Matsuzaka, and the count goes to 2-1. Again, Lynham should be looking for 1 pitch and 1 pitch only right here in a commanding count, with the bases loaded and 2 outs. And line into right field. This ball might get down. No, it will be caught in shallow right field as Joe Perona comes in and makes the grab, but the damage is done. The Thunder head to the 9th with a 3-1 lead, looking to close it out.
Wheaton 3, North
Well, we are here in the top of the ninth. The Thunder with 2 in the bottom of the 8th to take a 3-1 lead. And it's going to be Sean Smith out for the save, his 14th appearance of the season. A 7.82 ERA. He does have 3 saves on the year and 7 strikeouts in 12 2/3 innings. As the first pitch to second baseman Rylan Kawakami is going to be just outside 1-0. Two, 3, 4 for the Vikings here in the ninth. In there, strike one. Great pitch by Smith. Backs Kawakami off the plate and floats in for a strike. Fastball in there called strike 2. Kawakami doesn't like it, and he'll have to fight now. Down 1-2. Smith looking for a big out, number 1. He comes set, here's the pitch. Spikes it low, and it's 2-2. Two lefties waiting on deck and in the hole for North Park. The 2-2, and the count goes full. North Park dugout is very vocal, looking to get their team riled up and start a rally. Wheaton still commands a 3-1 lead. Here's the pitch. Tapped foul, and we'll do it again. All the drama you could ask for here in the ninth. As Kawakami looks to get on base to lead things off. Here's the payoff pitch once again, and called strike 3. A late call behind the plate, and Kawakami does not like it. Oh man, a very late call behind home plate. The Thunder will take it for out number 1. A huge strikeout looking, and Alex DeVito stands in now and takes strike 1. DeVito is 0 for 3 with a strikeout in this one. The 0-1 from Smith hit pretty well into center field, but should be no problem, and it's caught by Braden Engel for out number 2, and the Thunder 1 out away from taking game 1 of the series. It'll be Rain Matsuzaki up at the plate with 2 outs and nobody on. Matsuzaki 0 for 3 with a strikeout in this one as well. First pitch from Smith taken outer part of the plate for a strike. Here comes the 0-1. Taken just low, count even. Smith looks confident. 2 outs to start this ninth, looking for a clean save. This one tapped on the ground towards first and foul. And the Vikings down to their final strike here tonight at Lee Pfund Stadium. The Wheaton Thunder are looking to close out a 3-1 win. Sean Smith just 1 pitch away. Matsuzaki digs back in. Smith comes set. 1-2. Line towards third and caught at third by Hedlund, and this one is over. The Thunder win it 3-1. A great pitching performance from Nate Burden. Sean Smith gets the save, and a couple of huge hits late in this one from the Thunder.
tomorrow.
And they will head to North Park for a doubleheader tomorrow afternoon and evening to finish the series. But a big win here in Game 1. 3-1, they snap their 3-game losing streak. And we will see you tomorrow as the Thunder and the Vikings continue their series, with the Thunder taking Game 1 3-1.